Let's dip into parenting because again, you're a stepmom and about to become a parent again, and I'm a relatively new parent, and we are navigating this new world as parents largely because of social media, where in the past we would just be comparing to maybe, some other cousins in our life and friends and now it's like there's so much on social media with kids and babies and there's so much clothing and toys and different things that you can get caught up in comparing what you're providing for your child versus other parents. So, what did you come across doing the research for this book and how do we navigate that in a healthy way?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's such a common area. Like you don't realize it until you start looking at it, just how big this world of comparison and parenting is. Like it is huge. And it comes down to things like, oh, I don't have those toys for my child, and my child's going to be left behind, and whatever, to um, why is their child so well behaved and mine not, things like that. And I think the most important thing is that we have to stop shaming other parents and shaming ourselves. You know, it's not nice and it's fueling our comparisonitis. So the next time you find yourself judging another parent, ask yourself, like, what might be going on behind the scenes that has led them to make that decision? And remember, unless you are witnessing um, like an actual instance where a parent is like screaming at a child in the middle of the shopping center or whatever, like you don't know what is going on for that family. Like we have no idea. And so we need to stop shaming other people and remember that we're all on our own parenting journey and we're all doing our very best. And it takes a lot to be a parent and it's a big job. It's the most beautiful thing and it's the most growth growth inducing thing that we can go through. You'll be shown all of the areas that you need to look at and to work on within yourself. And so I think the shaming has to stop. That really is one of the biggest things, shaming others and shaming ourselves.
Yeah,
And then
let's
the
talk more
guilt.
about shaming ourselves. I think that's important to talk about. You share in the book comparing your bananas to other people's blueberries. So, we're all human and we all have good days and bad days, and kids have good days and bad days. So, we could use the example of like being at a restaurant and maybe one of our children's having a meltdown, that being a banana, versus there's some other families in the nearby area, and you see all these other well behaved kids and families. It's like, that might just be a good day for them. We can't compare our bad days to other people's good days. That's what I'm getting at?
Exactly. So, yeah, I talk about comparing your bananas to someone else's blueberries, and the blueberries being those blissful moments when your children are just so easy and just so blissful. And then the bananas are when, yeah, they're having a tantrum and you think, oh my goodness. And you don't know how many banana moments they've had that day. You don't know how many blueberry moments they've had that day. And it's actually none of our business. And we just have to remember that we're all doing the very best that we can. And that is just so important to let go of that shame. That shame, the shaming of women, the shaming of anyone is just, it is detrimental, it's unhealthy, and not serving anyone. And then it leads to guilt, that guilt that a lot of women feel, mums and dads. And so that guilt and shame are just two of the most unnecessary things that and unnecessary energies that we engage in. They don't serve anyone. Shame and guilt do not serve anyone. Brene Brown talks a lot about shame in her research, and just it does not serve anyone. So don't try and compare your blueberries to someone else's bananas or vice versa, and just become aware of when you're shaming and when you're feeling guilty and choose to let them go. I'm just going to let this go. It just doesn't matter. I'm doing my best.
And then tying it back to social media again, remembering that most of the things you're going to see from others posted there are going to be blueberries. So you don't want to compare your bananas throughout your day to their blueberries.
Exactly. You see the perfect images when they're in Europe and all three kids are sitting there eating their ice cream in their white linen clothes and they haven't got 1 ounce of ice cream on their clothes. And you think, how are they so well behaved and they don't look like a mess, And it just, that was 1 minute, 1 second in time,
One
and
snippet.
one snippet in time. And there's just remember that, because you can't compare. You have no idea what happened after that moment. You have no idea. There may have been a tantrum. There may have been, I don't know, but we just don't know. So we can't make these assumptions that their life is quote unquote perfect. We just can't do that to ourselves anymore. It's detrimental to our mental health.